Hi, this is Jackie Murray with Ask a Tech Teacher. I'm your guide through these 32 lessons in the Structured Learning Technology curriculum. We're in third grade, lesson 27. This is our second in the slideshow project. Last week they did storyboards. They didn't start the slideshows at all. They just laid out what's going to go on them. This week they actually start the slideshows using whatever program you use, Haiku Deck, Google Slides, PowerPoint, whatever you use. That's just fine. You could even use a digital storytelling book, but we're kind of thinking slideshows. So that their new skills are the storyboard, which they did last year, and there will be some slideshow skills that are new this year, but not a lot. They did all the basics last year, so they're getting used to it this year. In fact, you'll want to show them some of the projects they have done to remind them that these are not new skills to them. Think back to what they did in second grade, and this is what they're going to do this year differently. This is an academic approach. Now they're laying out information that fits a topic rather than personal. So they're drawing on knowledge that they learned in class or research, whatever you're using for that. And that's what they're laying out as a slideshow. It becomes a real way for them to share their knowledge with other people. So back up a minute, though, and ask them, what's the difference between this slideshow sharing their knowledge and maybe word processing sharing their knowledge? If you're using the student workbooks, they have a nice form here. They've used this before for desktop publishing, for word processing, for spreadsheets. So now we're into the fourth column, the slideshows. So what's the difference between the purpose of a slideshow, between how it's laid out, how it shares information? Certainly the biggest one is it's designed to support a presentation. It's not designed that you give out a slideshow and people get all the information about whatever the knowledge is from the slideshow. It's designed to be accompanied by an oral presentation. Very different from word processing or even desktop publishing. So get them thinking about that, because you want them to be able to make this selection on their own when it comes time for it, when you're not at their elbow, when they have information they want to share, they want to pick the right way to do that. So that's what they can fill this in. You don't give them a lot of time. This is kind of a sample ideas under here, but it's small, so maybe they'll ignore it. And then ask them about it. Or if you do it as a group, have them close their student workbooks and then just fill it out on the smart screen together and have them think about it. Okay, once that step is done, they're ready to use their storyboard and start filling in the slideshow. So they'll either have a hard copy or a digital copy of it. They can open. They can Alt-Tab between windows. So if they have their slideshow program open, they've got their word processing program open with the storyboard, they can just Alt-Tab between the two to see, okay, slide 1, Alt-Tab, put that on the slideshow, Alt-Tab, go back and read slide 2, and that way. Show them how to do that. If you need help with that, let me know. I'd be happy to show you in our office hours how that works. Very clean, very nice way, and they'll take this through the rest of their life and enjoy using it. They're going to need 8 slides. When they open the slideshow, usually it opens with 1, so they'll add 7. And then here's a layout of what each slide is. Now this corresponds to their storyboard. So they've got the cover, they've got the title slide, they've got table of contents. The table of contents has all of the topics from here on included here. But they have, if you're using student workbooks, they'll have all of these right in front of them, including the table of contents. Now you may be using different topics than governments, and that's perfectly fine, because this is designed to go with whatever you're researching in class. So just have them work off of their storyboard, the information on their storyboard, rather than what they're seeing here. But this tells them what's on it. Okay, table of contents is going to be all those topics, the slide headings that they put on their storyboard, and then each topic on each slide, 3 through 7. Slide 8 is about the author. These are good general topics about the author, so feel free to use them or use your own. This week, they're going to fill in the typing. They're going to do a lot of typing. So I'm in the student workbook. Let's go back to the teacher manual. They're going to fill in the headings and then the bullet points right off of their storyboard. No pictures, no slide design, no fonts, no nothing. Just heading and bullets. Very pristine. So next week they're ready to start decorating. They have 2 weeks to decorate it, so that's plenty of time. But you want them to pay attention and read this. Now remind them as they're writing the title and the bullet points, does the title reflect the slide? Is related information grouped on the slide? Is the slide topic developed with facts, definitions, and details? Are images and pictures useful? Well, that's going to be for next week. And you'll remind them, images and pictures have to represent the slide. You don't put a dog in when you say, I love cats, sort of thing. And just let them go. Take the rest of the class to type all this in. They'll be busy. They'll be involved. Once they're done with all the typing, I'd recommend not going further. Have them go to the class internet start page and give them a group of a box of links that address the topic that this is on, be it governments or whatever you're sharing knowledge about in this slideshow. Have them go to links that tie in with that rather than going on in the slideshow. The reason is you don't want to be teaching students individually. You want them learning as a group, feeling the joy of working ahead, that sort of being caught up, that sort of thing. They'll save it, make sure they save it correctly. In fact, the exit ticket, it says none here, but you could have them check their neighbors and make sure their neighbors saved this tons of work they just did into their class digital portfolio. So they have it for next week and the week after. Any notes here that you want to take? Things to remind yourself of next week? Good place to do it. I think that's about it. I don't think there's anything else on the student workbook. I think we're good. All right, guys. There's a nice comment here, though. You might want to use a voice thread sort of presentation rather than slideshow if you have those accounts. There's usually a fee associated with those, whereas if you have Google Classroom or Google Apps for Education, your Google Suite, G Suite, you're not going to have to pay for the slideshow program. So I'll leave that up to you, though. This is a nice option, though, if you're looking for something different. Okay, guys, that's it. Let me know if I can help you with anything. I know this one was a little long, but do let me know if you have questions. I'm happy to come in and meet you at our office hours and go over any separate steps of this you'd like to see. Otherwise, I'll see you in a week. Bye.